Hi, folks. Ann here. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to talk about the oxalates that I mentioned yesterday. Now, I don't know a great deal about them, but I do know that they are in plants like beets and almonds and spinach. In fact, spinach has a very high amount of oxalates in it, and I never knew that because I used to love spinach and I'd eat quite a bit of it. But these oxalates come into your body and they find a hiding place, and that's where they stay. So when you start going low carb and you start releasing the fat cells that's in your body, these oxalates start to come out. And when they come out of your tissue, they cause pain or you're uncomfortable with it. And sometimes I think I've heard that it could get very bad. It could be very, very annoying. And, some people might even go back to eating carbs because, it's too much and they don't know what's going on. We didn't know what was going on all these years. I never knew about oxalates. But it sounds perfectly logical. It sounds, it's understandable. All the poisons and everything, as well as the oxalates, are all in your cells. And once they start coming out of your cells, they're going to bring the same pain and annoyance they had when they were going into your cells. So now your body makes its own oxalates. And, I suppose we need a certain amount of it, but we don't need as many as we have. And I just think it's very important to be aware of it. And if you're having too much oxalate dumping, if you're in a lot of pain and it's causing too much of a problem, you can stop it and slow it down by having some carbs, and you can do it very slowly. But these oxalates cause a lot of problems. They could cause kidney stones, and they form in your body like hard little stones. But drink a lot of water. That'll help flush it all out. And vitamin C can turn into oxalates inside your body. So all of this, I mean, I think sometimes we have to be a rocket scientist to know about everything. It's a lot to take in, especially when you never heard of it. Now, I know a lot of people out there that are watching might know a tremendous amount about oxalates, and I know there's a lot of YouTubes out there, and that they will explain it a lot better than I can. But like I said, not everybody is going to have this problem. Some people are very sensitive to it. And I think when I started this diet, the first couple of weeks when I was having that pain, it started right here. And it went right across like there was a noose around my neck. There was a line of pain just like that. And it was a pain that I never experienced before in my life, a pain like that. And I really think that it was some kind of oxalate dumping, because my face, it's a little thinner now, but my face was pretty big. I know I still have a lot to lose, folks, but it was, I think I was releasing stored oxalates and it was causing pain. Then, of course, I was getting like, I'd get shooting pain in my arm every now and then I'd get a pain in the other arm, and then I'd get a pain in my leg, and I'd be thinking, my goodness, what is all of this strange pain coming out of nowhere? Now, it didn't last long, and I think if I would have went faster with getting off the carbs, I think it would have been worse for me. And that's why I believe so much in taking things slow. I don't think you should rush it when you're eliminating those carbs. I think it would take too much of a toll on your body. And like I always say, we've abused our body long enough, so I think it's time to baby your body and take it slow and let your body, get used to it gradually. But like I said, the spinach and the beets, and there's a lot of it out there now. Like I also said, some people, they're not bothered by it, and they're not bothered by eating vegetables either. That's why, people that go on low carb, they continue to eat the vegetables and they're just fine. The keto people eat vegetables. I don't think ketovore eats the vegetables, and I haven't been eating any of them. The only thing that I'll eat, like I mentioned before, is the avocado. But that's me. I get very bloated on vegetables, and I know that because I've tried. This low carb is like an elimination diet, and I've tried a vegetable here and there, and I get bloated right up. My stomach gets hard as a rock, and it says here that your gut bacteria can help get rid of the oxalates. So, but I mean, first we got to get our guts working properly. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. And I hope that helped because I know, I don't always use the technical terms. I just know it makes so much sense. If we put poison into our body, that poison has to come back out. And when that poison comes back out, and oxalates included, along with all the chemicals and all the other garbage we put in, it stands to reason it's going to hurt for a while. But being aware of that and knowing what's going on, I think will be helpful. And I hope you got something out of this, folks. And I will be around tomorrow. I'm looking forward to my walk. And I shall see you all then. Have a wonderful evening. And I love you guys. Bye.